So, I like this far more, and it's a
I
choice.
have one more question on the flip side of this part. There is a filmmaker called Jaideep Verma,
Ah,
who's a friend of mine on Facebook, and sometimes we chat once in a while. Uh, he keeps writing about Bob Dylan quite often, and somebody else introduced me to Leonard Cohen, and I can't really say that I'm into them or whatever. I have my own limitations in terms of understanding them. Whatever little bit that I've seen of them, I find their expressions break traditions. Like they are
hmm,
almost, in my layman language, they are almost dialogues on the society, but put
yeah.
musically,
Right.
and very very powerfully, very very unique and completely path breaking. So now
Hmm,
my question on the other side is, one is this traditional understanding that we were given and the kind of people that we are. As Indians also, we are a little, we look at it as, uh, I think Osho said somewhere that we are the only country in the entire world who pursued nothing for 10,000 years. And that's why there is something good, although he had this thing for being dramatic. I think there is
sure,
some
sure.
merit in this kind of outlook that we had before. At least now 20 years, 30 years, we've changed a bit and we are becoming a little more Western in our thinking.
Hmm,
So people like you and me are kind of aware at least what happens in the West and how they approach a certain thing.
sure.
So as a creative person,
Hmm,
when you have an idea that is really path breaking, or it is hypothetical in case that has not happened in your case,
sure.
um, how do you go out and express yourself irrespective of the fact that people who do not respect people whom you respect may not respect that work, but you feel very strongly about it. If something like this were to happen, how would you deal with that vulnerability? Because now the way you're talking, you're completely settled in that zone that they have to approve it. It doesn't matter what the world thinks. Now
Sure.
I'm saying, forget the world and forget these gurus that you have. If both of them may or may not approve, but you have something that you feel very strongly about, which
Hmm,
happens once a while. Like I do some poetry on Facebook once a while, and uh, maybe not even one person looks at it, but it doesn't. It's an expression that comes to me, and I have to. It's an outpouring that I can't control. So, what
hmm.
do you? How do you look at that? What do you do about this? And you also have a musical partner, so
Hmm.
sometimes he and you together, and where you are listening to him, and he is very convinced, and you can see what it is, but it doesn't
Hmm.
work with your ethos
Hmm.
temporarily. You are
Hmm.
convinced of what is happening. So how would you deal with something like that?
The second question is easier with what happens with Coco, who's my partner in the band, and we compose together, where there are many times where we fight about a musical difference of opinion. Like he will have a few notes that he'll add to the solo that he would have really liked, and that's very common. Where in the popular song format, you don't have to stick to a rag. It doesn't have those rules. Uh, but I would like to, like, वो तीन नोट क्यों बजाना है? I remember Kaise Ho Tum, especially, which is one of our more popular songs. Um, in that, he had played the solo where there was a couple of notes which were not in that scale. So I remember having a long conversation with him, like, क्यों करना है यार? वो change कर देना. He said, no, I want it like this. Because this is my expression. मैं तेरा expression क्यों बजाऊं? So fair enough. That is true. But don't, according to me, this is wrong. There, finally, it came out the way he had played. I still didn't like it for a while. Now, after about 6 months or so, this was 2013. After about 6 months or so, I couldn't hear that soul any other way. It grew on me. It grew on me. It really grew on me. I remember at that time, Coco had told me, "Mummy ko beach. You, if she says it's okay, you'll be fine, right?" So I said, "ठीक है." And my mom said, "It's fine." I'm like, "यार, ये क्या मतलब है? Same side goal मार दिया." So and Coco was like laughing his ass off. He's like, "See, hello." But it's that whole thing. It is whether uh, uh, my whole thing of seeking approval from these people. I look at it more as a construct, less as a this person, that person kind of. It is the values that they've taught. It is the kind of. It's not about right and wrong music. It's about music you're proud of, that you're happy with. Which comes brings me to my first part of the question,
Hmm.
which is when if I get an idea that I know that my parents will disapprove of, or my uh, guru will disapprove of, there's one thing: why will they disapprove of it? Is it something shameful that I'm doing? Is it something that is just stupid? Am I trying to promote? Uh, am I doing a song which is chichora type of song? I can't even nibble it, so it doesn't even come to me. We've done item songs. It's not that we haven't. I've composed a couple of item songs recently. I'm very proud of. But it's in that BD Jalale or Kajrari, that kind of vibe, which is what I can do. And like I said, I have nothing against other kind of music. I have nothing against Char Botal Vodka as a song, or Kolavaridi. I love Kolavaridi. But can I make something like that? It's not my expression anyway. If I had made Char Botal Vodka, like, okay, let's take that example now that we've got that. And if I had made a song, my first call to my mom would have been, please excuse the lyrics. What is the song that I had to make and I wanted to make? I believe in it. I believe it will be a hit. That's why I'm making it. But pardon me, aapko acha nahi lagega, let's go and do a Kashi trip. That happened. So in Alap, this film, this specific conversation has happened. Now that I'm bringing, I just remembered. So there's an item song that they needed to have, okay? And they had sent me the lyrics. The director's father had written there. One very lovely gentleman, okay? He had introduced us to all the folk musicians in Chhattisgarh. That's where the film is. Then he sent me these lyrics, which were what? क्या what? Something धीरे धीरे ले ले मजा was the चढ़ती जवानी मजेदार के धीरे धीरे ले ले मजा. This was the, and he had written this. So I called up. So his name is Manikpuri sir. So I called him. आप तो ऐसे नहीं थे जब मिले थे. ये सब कहाँ से आ रहा है? And he was blushing. I could hear him blush on the phone. He's like, अरे मोहन जी, हो गया मतलब ऐसे लिख. I said, are you sure you want this? Because ये अजीब सा ही है. हाँ वो भिलाई में ऐसे ही होता है तो वो एक गाना हमें ऐसे चाहिए. ठीक है. So I composed the tune. Coco and I were laughing when we composed it. Finally we composed it. Okay? And the tune was a it's like tune. So I called my mom. I said, Kashi Yatra fix kar lo. Hum log sabko jana padega thoda. We have to atone for us. She said, what happened? What did you do? So there's an item song. I'll sing you. So I first sang the tune. She said, this tune is nice. What's the problem? I said, now let me sing it with the lyrics. She said, okay. Sang it.
Yes.
She said, yeah, you're right. Kashi Yatra jana padega. But these kind of things where you also realize that your gurus and your idols are actually quite cool because they also understand कि ये करना है. So my mom, dad, my sister, they were only laughing, and the lyrics were genuinely cringeworthy. Okay, I will not try and justify the lyrics.
You killed it, na? Because of the way you, the tune that I'm hearing, I think that aspect has been killed. The vulgarity has been really subdued.
Correct, but does that work for the song? Where it's still a conversation that I have with myself that had that song been given to someone who has done Fevicol, say, as someone who has done Baby Doll, will they have been able to justify that lyric far better than I had? Yeah. That is it is a truth that they would have. That song might have been one of the most popular songs possible. I couldn't have made it like that. So I imposed my value system on a song which I had no business doing in the first place. So those are those situations where I might have, gotten away with this thing that पहले तो मैंने मम्मी को बोल दिया काशी यात्रा जाना पड़ेगा, but she knows I am not the one who's written the lyrics, so it's fine. मैंने कोई पाप तो नहीं किया. Yeah. But at that situation, I have not done the right thing for the producer, where I've created a song which is not what that producer wanted in the first place. At the end of the day, they liked it because they also were in that zone. It was not a non-melodic song. It was that.
Yeah, it is good.
But I don't know whether it could have been done in a more for lack of a better word, if the tune was also in exactly the same zone, not trying to put a classy tune to a song which is not like this. So that Kolavaridi worked because it is that Raste Wala tune. That is why it worked. It nibhaud that correctly. So it is. अगर वो बहुत musically मूर्खी के साथ गाता तो वो गाना कभी नहीं चलता. It's that zone. So those learnings are also there.
This reminds me that for most of my initial part of the career, I used to write very straightforward copy. I just did not like any kind of like adding some flavor which made a bigger impression on people. It was more factual, more closer to the truth. And yeah, there was strategy behind it because I put my thinking and I would say the right thing, but I would never go very, very flamboyant on it. Once I was angry at some client and he was rejecting all the copy again and again, and I wrote it in that manner. And he said, "This is exactly what I've been asking you to do." And suddenly there was this whole Kulja Simpson. Oh, this is why I've been having fights with clients. They've been wanting me to be flamboyant, and I just do
Right.
not want to be. And I changed it. And like your journey, I think the journey was so beautiful because initially it is, you had to live with a lot of you were cringing, but you had to do this. It's business. You have to make money. But at some point, I came to a point where I realized that no, it's not necessary. You can actually use your vocabulary to better, like you said, you learn new things that you can do with your art. And
Sure.
then you can come up with a third expression which makes them happy, and it is not really as. In fact, you now set me thinking on the problematic bit of it, that has one imposed, like I have certain clients, I don't work on booze clients or smoking clients or even
Sure.
pharmaceutical. I have certain do's and don'ts. And thankfully, the 2 or 3 clients who are regular clients have agreed to all the terms and conditions. And which
Sure.
was a shock to me because initially, just putting it out in the market saying I will not do these things. Oh, I've had clients begging me. "No, it's not funny. They are saying, okay, look, I work only with you. So
Hmm.
why should I take this client elsewhere?" I said,
Ah,
no, but I've worked in that industry. I have some ethical problems with that whole thing.
hmm.
And it's beautiful. I think today I'm going to actually sit down and think on this because in the way you put it, I never saw it that I understood that I was imposing certain value system, but I always thought it was good for the world also. But what about the whole integrity of what is being created? I never
Sure.
saw it from that point of view. I think that requires some food for thought in terms of dunya hai. You cannot put down one rule that everybody's got to follow. On one hand, you don't
Yeah.
make rules for yourself. And on the other hand, you're putting down very strict rules for others who are dealing with you. It's not saying,
Yeah.
yeah,
If it's only your job, if it's an Agni song repeatedly, then we choose where we want to take the lyrics. It's fine. We won't write
yeah,
Chaddi Jawani for an Agni song. That's never going to happen. But if we are doing it to satisfy another person's requirement of that song, and that's what we said we will do, then it's your deal is slightly different because you're saying you're same here. We will not do promotions or work for an alcohol client or for a smoking client or anything to do with. We'll be happy to do surrogate advertising, but we are not happy to do stuff which promotes these kind of things. We play a lot of college shows, so we have all of that, which is a similar zone. But yes, choosing not to do it is one side, but choosing to do it and then imposing your value system on something which is not theirs, that is the tricky one.
yeah, it's an
Not to do it is fine.
interesting way to think. Um, I am finding this conversation is fairly. I was unsure what kind of conversation I wanted to have with you in terms of um, values. Is it too boring a conversation with somebody like you at that point of time, 2 years back, when I was thinking that we would do this? At that time, you were a little more flamboyant, and then suddenly, I think COVID tempered all of us down quite a bit. There is a lot of wisdom.
ऐसा कुछ नहीं था. I don't know. Maybe I was. I don't know. I have no clue. But
At least
yeah, I've become
that's the
calmer now.
imagery I had, and but today I'm finding it is such a beautiful, intricate mix of music, and because I didn't know what the people who follow you would want to hear from you, and uh, would I make you sing something? I said, no, this is something that is not true to what I have been trying to do. It's not about
Sure.
hero worship of any kind. And but at the same time, I find people who are successful are not successful by chance. There is a certain value system they've followed, and there is a certain discipline uh, without which they would not be there. And I'm still to find fly by night. Ekad success is another story that may happen to someone. But people who've stayed there and stayed the course and done some good work, they may not agree with my own version of things, but they put in a lot of work to be where they are. So in
Sure.
that sense, the study would have been what it has turned out today.